one thing this brings up, Gerardo, is that Jen Cohen needs to get on, with a corporate sponsor, and there needs to be a corporate logo on midfield at the Coliseum, and also in the 2 USC end zones. Oh, and I see Tim shaking his head. You know what? If you need revenue in the door, and you want to play with the big boys, hey, if you have to put a corporate logo on the Coliseum field, you do that. Tim, you need to do that. So that is what Jen Cohen should be doing.
You have something to add on? You have anything else? Okay, so let me respond. No, you don't. Let me know when Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State does that. Okay, because here's what I'm gonna say to you: it's not that USC doesn't have huge donors, Matt. It's they have a priority. They are soliciting for the university more than they are for. They are not making, I believe, the athletic department the priority that it should be. Do I have facts? No. Have I heard a lot? Yes. And so all I'm gonna say is that no, we're not going to prostitute out the Coliseum with a. Now, I mean, I'm old enough to remember the old Dodger Stadium. You guys raise your hands out there. You remember the old Dodger Stadium before it became like a minor league park with all of the sponsorships, which all Major League Baseball did. But it was beautiful to walk into Dodger Stadium and to see that. Now we can argue, well, where do you think all the millions came from? Probably came from the parking lot when they write the prices up for that. But 2 calls in a row, we talked about what it takes to be successful. And I will say this to you, the caller before was talking about the fact that, that some teams throw lots of money and don't win championships. Well, I can name some places like, I don't know, the Los Angeles Dodgers, the Yankees, the Dallas Cowboys. These guys, they're known. Did I say Lakers already? You throw money at something and you will get championships. Not every time, but it's a proven strategy. And quite frankly, I remember I couldn't stand how Ted Turner and the Braves were doing it, or the biggest point to Steinbrenner and the Yankees, how they were just throwing money at their cable and having all the extra money. But it works. And the point is I just don't think we have to do that, Matt. I think our priorities, I bought in. I do remember that introductory conference with Lincoln Riley, where we watched, it was Bone, remember this, it was Full and Bone and Riley all saying the word about vertical alignment. We're all on the same page. There's a priority for football, etc., blah, blah, blah. And all the stuff I'm hearing from other people that are in the know is that is not the case, that the athletic department is battling with the university for the same donors, for the same funds. And I don't think that happens in Alabama, in Georgia, at Ohio State. This is not, it's not the same thing. And so we could try to go and be like the Oregon Ducks of, and try to throw stuff out there and be zany in a new way and give some great uniforms, whatever, and put stuff on our field and stuff. I'm saying that the strategy should be is we need to decide once and for all, USC, before Lincoln Riley says, you know what, this isn't working, because that's going to come next, I think. We have a priority, and that is our university. But the football program is an integral and important part of the program. And both, rising tides lift all boats. What we'll do is we'll make the program better, and that it does. During Pete Carroll's run, it was great for the university, for admissions, for everything. That's all on paper. That's all fact. And you get these big heads out there thinking, oh well, we don't really need to. We're a university. We're above all this. Well, then decide that. Just don't come out and say that, we're all behind the program and not be 100% about the program, and be willing to fight like a top program and throw haymakers back at schools like Oregon, like Ohio State, like Georgia, like Alabama.
Just one quick point. Some callers have said, and I understand this, that, people need to donate more to the House of Victory and other collectives. USC fans sitting at home need to step up, like give $50, give $100. Totally understandable. Because if 100,000 more USC fans gave $100, then that would add up. Totally understandable. But you know what? If you put a corporate logo on the field, and by the way, people have said, United Airlines has a naming rights deal with the Coliseum. Yeah, but there isn't the United Airlines logo, as far as I'm aware.
Can you do that in conference, Matt? I mean, I don't think you can. I don't think there's probably conference rules and stuff.
This is being discussed right now, like we've seen stories in the past month. I would rather have a corporate logo or 5, like the Premier League, where the corporate logo is basically the team's jersey. I would much rather have corporate logos, as distasteful as that might be aesthetically, splattered over the Coliseum field than have middle-class folks, giving up $500, $700, or Jeff Rodriguez. He said he's given $1,000 recently. I would much rather have corporate logos plastered all over the Coliseum turf than have middle-class folks and families giving to the House of Victory. One is a lot better than the other.
Okay, Ken, I love you to pieces, but on this one I have to agree with Matt. I think both approaches are needed. Okay, in political campaigns, Senator Sanders made a lot of money just from $1, $2, $5, $10 donations. But look at, Biden just came in and scooped $50 million from one event. And so when we did the program, when we did the deal with United Airlines, we left, I don't remember if it was $30 or $50 million on the table because we didn't put that name, that logo. We only named, part of it, part of the Coliseum, whether it was the field and so, that $50 million you invested, that gives you the $10 million a year or $5 million a year that Ohio State is claiming that they need for their NIL money, or at least a good chunk of it.
More than that,
I could care less if there was a bunch of logos on the field. We're not putting them on the helmets. We're not putting them on the helmets.
People have talked about decals on the helmets, by the way. No, so one, Matt, I know that there's been a conversation for a while. 2, it's probably inevitable. I'm with you. College football has become the latest whore for corporate sponsorship. It's what it is. It used to be pristine, and now it's prostituted itself to it's all money. Look at it does on networks. The networks basically run college football right now. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, Matt. Let me get that right. That's why I made the analogy to Dodger Stadium, because if it wasn't going to happen, Dodger Stadium would have been the place. I remember there was a 76 out in center field, right? The old gas station. That was about it with and then there's a Farmer John scattered around somewhere. But I will say this, it's inevitable. I don't have to like it, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's not going to happen.
Yeah, sure. I hate this. I hate this.
What I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is there's other. What I'm saying is there's other programs that are not. There are other programs that are not doing it. Okay, and how are they doing it? Because they are getting the big level donors, right? Because I'm not going to belittle. I give money to charities all the time and the things I that are important to me. But I'm telling you that at the end of the day, whatever I'm giving is nothing compared to some billionaire is going to drop a huge check in the lap of those people and change the whole dynamic. We do. My point about the donations is I'm just talking about the whiners. If you're sitting there and you're whining about why, don't ever tell another man how to spend his money. Don't sit here and whine. Well, he's got lots of money. So, okay, great. It's his money. If you're not giving your money, whatever amount, why are you telling another man what to do with their money? So my point is, everybody, get out there and support the NIL or just accept what's going on. Because I think there's a lot of complacency within the program within the fan base.